Very top line. We're speaking about it's part of the tradition that how a person has to reflect on existence to understand, to see Hashem's hand in existence. V'omru havim chashid hefsid mitzvah keneged schora. Uschar aveiro keneged hefsedo. You have to calculate the cost of the mitzvah versus the gain. Years ago, there was a person over here, just a little digression, and he was a Sephardic Jew, but totally secularized. He grew up in Turkey, and had no background, usually Sephardim of some degree of feeling, nothing. So I said to him that it's important, he should put on tefillin every day. And he was agreeable to buy a pair of tefillin. So I said to him, look, and he was in the market. I said, some days you make, some days you lose. Let's say you go, you invest the whole day and you lose. So what was the value of the day? No value. It's a loss. But here, you put on your tefillin, it's irrelevant. Whatever mitzvah you do, that mitzvah can never be taken for you. It's yours forever. So I said to him, and there were times, he wouldn't put them on. So I said, let me ask you a question. The tefillin that you put on, would you sell me that mitzvah? Sell to me for $100. You wouldn't sell it. But yet, for a questionable business meeting, or to go out for a cup of coffee with somebody at a time and pass on film, that he would. I said, would you sell it to me for $1,000? No. Why? You're willing to pass on it for something which has less value. Because once you have it, you don't give it up so quick. But yet, most people, even though that may be the case, but yet, to do the mitzvah for any nonsensical reason, they're willing to pass on the mitzvah. That's the way people behave. So you see this inconsistency in people's in there. So therefore, we read a picture. You have to calculate the cost of mitzvah versus what its true value is. You know something? Its value, many years ago, there was a story. There was a Pidyon Ben, and this person, when he originally was married, his father gave him money to be able to sit and learn for 5 years. The story goes back also 45 years ago. 45 years ago. And there was the Pidyon Ben, his first son was born, and the Kohen has a dialogue with the father. My boss Tvei, what do you want? Do you want your child? Do you want 5 slaves? What do you want? Do you want to give me the 5 silver coins, or do you want your child? So Shiva said, whoever heard such a conversation? Is somebody going to give away his child for 5, to save on 5 silver coins? Right? So what kind of dialogue? He says, the question is this: what do you value more? Do you value your child in terms of whatever it costs to provide a Jewish education, to raise him properly? Meaning, or do you want the money? Build a house, vacation. Because if you've invested in your child's chinuch, you don't have it for other things. Which one do you value to a greater degree? I didn't understand what but it turned out this person, he was supposed to sit and learn for 5 years. After a year, he went to work. So Shiva asked him why. He says, my wife wanted a house. We had to furnish the house. So the money we set aside for that, we bought the house. That's the reason why I'm not learning. So Shiva, at that Pidyon Ben, this is what he said. What do you value more? The 5 silver coins or your child? That's the point. It's interesting. This child, many years later, at the age of 31, he passed away. Left over a family, passed away. He had cancer. This child with the Pidyon Ben. It's interesting. V'omru ilmolin in the Torah Israel. The Gemara says if the Torah wouldn't have been given to Klal Yisrael, lo madlu tznius michosu. Here, we'd be able to learn modesty from a cat. From a cat, you'd be able to learn modesty because the Gemara says in Eruvin that when a cat does its function, it does it in a very modest way. It goes off to the side, covers it up, whatever it is. So you're able to learn modesty, behavior from a cat. Arayis miyona, that a dove is faithful to its mate. A dove, whatever its mate is, it will never leave its mate to go with another dove. Derech eretz mitanagol, the gozel min hamolo, also stealing from an ant. Ant, it marks its thing. Once it's marked, no other ant will go near it. That's it. So you're able to learn thievery, stealing, the wrongness from the ant. So you see, by reflecting on the Bria, on the creation, you're able to learn many positive qualities, behavior patterns. Derech eretz mitanugol, certain behavior. He says, we already explained the obligation of reflecting on creation, and to bring proofs to traces of wisdom. He says, be aware of this. Many years ago, or Sameach in Israel, they made a movie. What was the movie? The movie was they had Olympic people, runners, pole vault jumpers, gymnastics, gymnasts, everything. So what did they have? They had a cheetah. A cheetah from start takes off, could go within a few seconds, 120 miles an hour. So they have a short distance runner. So they have the cheetah first taking off, then they have the Olympic person trying to imitate the cheetah. Then they have they have a pole vault jumper. Jumps, 13 feet, 14 feet. Then they have this clumsy kangaroo walking without any effort, jumps over whatever it is. Then they have the gymnast. This person, this high, jumps off a cliff, does 6 somersaults, dives into the water. They have this clumsy penguin walking to the edge, doesn't even, falls off the side, turns over 90 times, hits the water, and is okay. So the message was, who are you trying to imitate? You think you're going to outdo nature? You know? What are you trying to be? You want to learn from nature is one thing, but to be in competition with nature, what are you? I mean, are you an animal? Are you an intelligible person? You're supposed to behave differently. Whatever you could take from it, fine. But to try to compete with what they are, right? That was the message of the movie.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the salmon. To me, the salmon is the most important law of nature. The salmon always goes back to where he was.
Robbie went to a discovery seminar. They used to say, how do you differentiate between a dead fish and a live fish? A dead fish swims with the current, flows with the current. A live fish goes against the current, right? That's the salmon. Swims upstream.
No, but he goes to where he was born.
No, he goes upstream. He goes upstream, goes against the current.
And he goes back to his source.
Okay, look, you go to a funeral release, person goes back to a source also, okay? You don't have to need that. He says, but how does one, and this is always Ernie's question, life is there's so many distractions. How does one focus on creation to be able to draw and to extract all these lessons? Right? There's so much going on, right? That's your question always. Okay? Looked like the Chovos HaLevavos preempted you on this one. Nomer ki abachina ba'bruim hi ho'iyun bepinos ha'olam v'toldoseim ha'mechuboros b'hem. He says, ho'iyun bepinos ha'olam, he says, study of the original elements of which the world is composed. Iyun is more than study. Iyun is delving into the pinos ha'olam v'toldoseim ha'mechuboros b'hem. The corners of the world and their composites, what they're made of. Ubetchunei chelke kol murchav. He says the qualities of the constituent parts of each compound. V'ofnei to'alto. V'simone achok brios. I'll give you an example. I mean, you have, water. What is water in terms of its chemical makeup? Right? Hydrogen. It's how when you take it apart, the question is, it's like almost like the sum total is greater than its parts. It's amazing, many things. So you're only amazed after when you see, well, water's water. Well, water's supposed to be water. When you take it apart, there's no resemblance between the parts to what the end result is. But that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. Then when you put them together, they combine in a way you create something else comes about. And it's everything this way. So if you start from the source and you work your way up to see what it is, you're amazed.